Yo, 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 what up, y'all? It's your boy, Freaky P, right here, Replicon Radio, for another exclusive interview. Make sure you guys are always checking out RepliconRadio.com. We do a live broadcast every Monday, 6 to 10 Central Time. Dope-ass interviews every week. Plus, make sure you're supporting us. You can donate on the page, buy merchandise, just click Shop Now. Or for our super-duper exclusive merch, RepliconRadio.BigCartel.com. And we also now have a Patreon. Join the exclusive club over there, patreon.com/RepliconRadio. $2, you support us, you get an extra episode. $5, you get access to our lens. Everything after that, we got a t-shirt tier, a hoodie tier, you get exclusive merchandise. So, yeah, go sign up for that. Support the Replicon. Hashtag the Replicon is watching. Without further ado, let's jump on into this interview. But yeah, anyway, very special guest. You know him, you love him, you hate him, who knows. But yeah, give it up for my brother, your brother, Mr. Motherfucking Mars. What's up, bro?
Yeah, shit, man, just chilling out here getting it. You know what I'm saying? California lifestyle.
Hell yeah. Must be
Trying
nice.
to stay indoors though, because it's hot here, bro. It's like crazy hot. I like to get out and do things, but lately it's been so hot that I'm just like, nah.
Yeah. I guess at least it's not all on fire right now, is it?
It could be. That's how often I leave the house when it's this hot. You know what I mean?
I hear you. That's definitely.
It might as well be on fire. It's like 109 outside right now.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, my girl's like, we go to the store, but that walk to the car from the house is just too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just call DoorDash or have that shit delivered somehow.
At least it'll stay warm on the way here. You know what I mean?
That's true.
But nah, man, I just recently moved to Los Angeles, so it's like, it's just a different vibe here than it is in the Bay Area. You know what I mean? I like it. A lot of changes happening for me. It's real cool.
Yeah, now you're more closer to the ocean, though, aren't you?
Well, I was close to the ocean when I lived in the Bay Area because, well, that's why they call it the Bay Area. But you know, out here it's a different kind of ocean. You know what I mean? It's different kind of people. It's like you get this like, hey, bro, you get like the surfer, California, like, oh, gnarly guys. And in the Bay Area, we just get like people that are homeless with campfires and do drugs, and sometimes they surf, but they just don't talk like that.
Wow.
It's very, very beautiful beaches out here. It's like crazy.
For sure. Yeah, that's the stereotypical California beach. That's where you're at now. That's what
people think it looks like when I tell them I'm from California. At home, you know what I mean? We got like Oakland, which is kind of hood, and San Francisco, which is like, you know, really nice. But where I'm from in the Bay, it's like it's hood, but if you drive 10 miles this way, it's just all farmland. You know what I mean? So like when you listen to people like Moonshine Bandits and they're talking about the country, it really is kind of like that in most of California. It's just all farmlands. You know what I mean? And you go to a major city and there's like tall buildings and gang fights and shit. You know what I mean? But everywhere else in between, everybody's just mowing their fucking hay fields.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Well, hopefully it gets cool. We got spring coming up, so hopefully it gets a little better. Halloween is in the horizon.
Yeah, I like to get out and you know, I like to go hiking a lot. You know what I mean? But I'm looking for fall. You know what I mean? As soon as fall comes and it starts cooling down, I can get out and do shit again. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I guess we had you on the show. I didn't realize it's been that long. Like, we had you on the show like October 2017. That was like basically our beginnings, to the most part. So it's definitely been almost 2 years to the day, or about a month short of 2 years ago. So you've definitely been a busy man. I think you were gearing up to release or you were talking about the album with Jaron back, talking about doing
with who?
Drunk on the Highway, or
with Swizz, that's crazy. I had just came from Wisconsin. I was staying in Wisconsin for about a year or so, and I just came out here, and me and my girl got together, and me and Swizz, we recorded that album in about a week. I remember doing the interview. I was at the mall, in the parking lot. And my girl was like, "Where the fuck are you going?" You know, I was like, "Hold on."
I remember, yeah, you just wandered, yeah.
But yeah, I can't believe it's been that long. That's crazy. Yeah. Since then, man, I've been kind of, I slowly got things into gear, and then once everything was in position where I could finally just record and do everything myself again, that's when stuff really started happening. You know what I mean? So it's like it's real cool to be able to live in this world where, you know, I have a digital distribution deal with Empire, which is a huge label, and it's easy for me to record stuff and just put it out. Like this song here, I had it mixed 3 days before it came out.
You know what I mean? Brand new medication single, yeah.
Yeah, so it's fucking crazy, you know what I mean? Like, once I started realizing that, you know what I mean, a lot of people, they work on these albums, they work on them for years, and they work on, there's like, it's nothing between, you know what I mean? And I'm like, fuck that. I think DJ Pizzo, which is E40, Tony, and Too Short and Spice One's DJ, I was at his house, and he was just like, Mars, what you need to do is just drop singles all the time and just let your fans pick their favorites and don't worry about albums, you know what I mean? So I kind of eventually just took his advice, and it's been working really well because that every month you are back in like the blogs and the news and the podcasts, and you stay relevant in the public easier that way. But now, like, because of that, I've been recording albums and singles. You know what I mean? So like, I'm sitting on so much shit right now.
Yeah, crazy. I was literally gonna say, because me personally, I think I'm an advocate for both. Like, obviously, I like the idea of, you know, my favorite artist or my friends that are artists. You know, obviously constantly in people's faces. But I still love the old school. I'm still old school, and I like to get an album. I want to hear. You know what I mean? Just like the way we watch TV now is we binge watch it, which is what we used to do with music. It's like we reversed it, but I still like that. Like, I want to hear the whole thing, especially if there's like a, you know, it's a timestamp for that artist for the most part. You know, obviously, you know, like people like Tool just put out their record. Like, that'd be weird if they put out a single every you know what I mean? Like, because it just doesn't have the same vibe. Not that, but at the same time, it's nice to hear a dope single. It's almost like a place to put the music that doesn't fit the albums, which people used to scrap back in the day. Now just make everything a little bit better and make it a single, or it just doesn't fit. Not that it's a bad song; it just doesn't fit the, you know, the overall theme of a record. So I love both ideas. So it's dope that you're working on a full albums as well.
You know, I have Danny Diablo and Mars, Devils and Demons. That's pretty much done. It's about to come out, and then I have my Locked Up Abroad solo album coming out with Mad Insanity and Force 5 Records too. That's done. And I have an EP that's about to hit. It might hit this month. It might hit next month. I'm not sure. You know what I mean? But like, those all have except for the Danny Diablo stuff. There's a bunch of different producers that he brought to the table. But like, Locked Up Abroad was a producer named Clayton Van Pelt, and he did that whole album. He produced that whole album. And then this EP is Bane. You know what I mean? Bane he mixed and produced this EP. So all the singles that you hear is me developing these relationships with producers who want to work. Oh. Like Bad Mind, he sent me a beat. I just looked at my email, and I was like, you know, just riding around, and I checked my mail and I listened to it. I was like, oh shit, he knows exactly what to give me. Oh, yeah. So I went home that night and I recorded a single and sent him the files, and I woke up the next morning and it was mixed, like blew my fucking mind. You know what I mean? And I was like, wow, I didn't know that you was gonna work that fast. This is usually how fast I work. So I fucking made a cover for it and I gave it to the distribution company. You know what I mean? Like, that day. Boom. So it's not the singles that are like, I just kind of release things as they're finished now. You know what I mean? So like, the singles are so easy to get out there because once they're mixed, I could just throw it to the distribution company. But the albums, like, because the singles are so easy, the albums drive me nuts. You know what I mean? There's more people involved. You know, this guy's money is going to press it. You know what I mean? This guy is going to put it on his distribution company, and he wants to do merchandise with it. So all the money has to be right. And I'm just sitting here like, fuck, I've already listened to this album like 100 times. Like, it's old now. Let's get this fucking out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I have like 5 of those right now. I'm just sitting on. me, I make music just to listen to my own shit in the car. You know what I mean? Just be like, whoa, I did that. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So I've listened to all these albums a million times. So that's why I like putting the singles out, because it's fresh to me too. You know what I mean? I get to go buy my own shit on iTunes and listen to it in the car finally. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. And that's super dope. And the fact that you're, like you said, you already have all this catalog ready to go. It means at this point you have the opportunity to just stay fresh forever. You know what I mean? As long as you keep that same consistency, you put out a new single. By the time the next single comes out, you could have made a whole other album that isn't coming out for a while, and just keep it going.
That's kind of what's happening, man. It's like, you know what I mean? I did what I had to do. The artwork's ready. Give it to this guy, and so a lot of people are confused too that I've been putting a lot of stuff out on Man Insanity Records and with Empire, but Man Insanity's always been my label, you know what I mean? But like, I'll always give Force 5 Records the option to press first, you know what I mean? And they have a lot of different artists too. For sure. But I'm like, hey, I got another album. Like, dude, we can't put everything out just you know what I mean? Like, we're still putting this one out. I mean, okay, and then I'll just put it out myself, you know what I mean?
For sure. But that's good. I was going to ask you about that. So, I mean, at least you have that relationship with them where they're not like mad at you that you're putting out all these albums on Man Insanity and not on Force 5, so that's good.
I think they kind of understand that I can create a hype in between their releases for myself, you know what I mean? And I think it's cool, and like they're actually really good friends of mine, like they're like my best friends, you know what I mean? Most of my best friends live in Wisconsin. It's fucking crazy, right? So they're super supportive of what I do because I think they know that everything I do, I'm going to really start pushing it. But this single here, like, it's created quite a buzz for me. And now I always wonder, too, like, are they like, fuck, man, we should have put that out?
They probably are this time. Donnie is probably ruckusing all over the place right now. But, yeah.
I think it's a good thing, man. I think it's a good thing for everybody because, you know what I mean? Like, because I have everything sitting, like you said, I'm able to keep recording and keep pushing, you know what I mean? And I always let them hear things first. And it's hopefully I stay on this hype, you know what I mean? I don't want to get lazy.
No, that's good. That's a good place to be. I know, obviously, we spoke last time about, like the roots and stuff, but I mean, to think about, like, how, like, even, like, Tunnel Runners and, like, stuff like that was so long. It was, like, lifetimes ago. And to think now you're pushing this new single at the end of 2019 and you're still getting a huge buzz off of it and publicity. And I mean, that's a huge accomplishment all in itself, for real.
Too, like, releasing all these different singles, because if you listen to a lot of them, they're almost different styles from each other. And it allowed me to kind of sit back and see the response for each one. So, for a while there, no matter how many different releases that I would put out single-wise, people were just listening to the song Bad Temper. That one would keep getting more hype. I put out a new one, people are like, oh, shit, that's cool, but this one's still the shit, you know what I mean?
It makes them remember.
People wanted the darker horror audience stuff that I'm known for, and I was, like, trying different things. Not because I wanted to move away from the genre. It's just I was feeling at the time, or just what the beat told me to do, or whatever, you know what I mean? So, but when I started seeing that Bad Temper and Caught a Body were getting the most attention, when I heard the beat for Medication that West Side Rail sent me, I'm like, okay, well, this is the one. Let's keep that vibe going. And then when I sent it to the dude who mixed and mastered it, like, he was so dope for using all the little voices and the little shit in the background, and like he turned what I thought was gonna be another Bad Temper, and he just blew my fucking mind, man. So if you listen to it with headphones, there's a lot of weird shit in there. Sure. And when I heard it mix, I knew this is the one to start pushing. I think this one kind of defines where I'm at in my career right now.
That's dope. Yeah, it's yeah, if you guys haven't listened to it, make sure you guys go check it out right now.
Still there?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Did I lose you? I got you.
What the fuck is this? Hello?
Yeah. Still here. I am still here.
Sorry.
You there? Can you hear me now?
Yep. Yep.
I don't know what happened. I heard you the whole time. It's all good.
Okay.
But yeah, for anybody that hasn't heard it yet, Medication, the single is out now. You can get it everywhere. iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you want. But yeah, it's my personal favorite Mars song ever because obviously for people that know your music, or you have a different voice. You don't sound like everybody else. You have that. What people, you know what I mean? Like back in the day, people used to like refer to like voices like yours as like that horrorcore voice, or you know what I mean? The like gnarly. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's a different voice. And
people refer to it as the Jamie Madrox style horrorcore voice. You know what I mean?
Like the gritty. But it's like you're like obviously it's your song, but not only does the lyrics and the sound, it's just your voice lends itself to it. It's like perfect. You know what I mean? Like it's all the right things came together. The medication, it's almost like the drunken swagger, and it's fitting for the content and the song and everything. And it's just like it's perfect. It's fun, and everything works together. I absolutely love it. So for sure.
You know what's crazy too is that I think I heard the beat at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was just about to go to bed and just smoke some weed, and I was like, oh god damn it, like fuck, I'm gonna have to record this right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was feeling it right then, so I stayed up until like 3 o'clock in the morning, and it was done, and I sent it out. You know what I mean? So like, I knew as I was going that I was sitting on something dope. You know what I mean? So like, I literally had, like, that's how my brain works. If I heard the beat at night and I went to bed, it would drive me fucking nuts until I fell asleep. I probably wouldn't be able to fall asleep.
Yeah.
So I ended up recording that shit until like 3 o'clock in the morning, man. And it's like I said, it was one of the things that like I knew that was going to define me, is because I got to use all the elements, which makes me me. You know, a lot of people are like the Mars voice with the voice. A lot of people I either like it or don't like it, and I got to use like all my voices. The girl singing in the background, that's just me. You know what I mean? Like all my talking voices, my gritty voice, my Mars voice, they're all in there. So it's like all the elements, like you said, kind of came together to make that one. So super proud of it, super happy.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I would say even for the people who may not like your voice, it just
if you're talking, I can't hear you right now.
Oh, well, that's good. I was gonna say even the. Can you hear me?
Okay.
I was like, even the people who may not like your voice would like it on this track, just because it just works so good. And like you said, you had to record it right away because it's almost like the way you recorded it. It's almost like something that if it went wrong, it would have went really wrong, and it would all have been like, you know what I mean, like. I don't know. It would have been bad if it wasn't delivered properly. It wouldn't. But it worked so perfectly. It's like I could see you while you were like, I have to get this out of me right now because it's such a good. I don't know. Just a good delivery.
There's been times where I wrote shit the night before, and I was like, okay, I'll record this tomorrow, and I'll wake up the next day and I'll read what I wrote, and I'm like, what the fuck am I talking about? Like, I don't know where I was going with this shit. You know, I'll lose the melody, or I'll lose the tempo, or not the tempo, but you know, I'll just lose the cadence of how I was supposed to say it, and I'm like, I should have just fucking recorded it last night when I wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's one of those ones that I could see totally going wrong, but it went totally right. So, yeah, everybody go check it out if you haven't yet. Medication, in my personal opinion, the best single from Mars. But I'm sure there's more. Obviously, there's more in the pipeline, so it's gonna give everybody something to look forward to.
So much shit. There's so much shit, man.
And you've already released a handful of singles this year already that are all available, and you're already talking about more coming.
I think this is my 6th or 7th release this year so far, and then I got probably twice as much still coming. You know what I mean? Whether it be a single or a mixtape or an EP or an album or a collab album. I have like 3 collab albums with people that like ready to go right now. You know what I mean? One of them I think we're calling it Illegal Insanity, is with me and V-Town from DLK Entertainment. It's a Bay Area label who's known for putting out a big Bay Area compilations, a big Bay Area artist, and they contacted me a couple years ago. Actually, we've been working on it little by little for a couple years now, and that one has some very, very dope songs on it. You know what I mean? DLK Entertainment's gonna put that out hopefully this year, because I don't want another year to go by and people not hear that one.
And then
Devils and Demons coming soon. I think we're trying to do it in October, but we'll see, because there's a big label that might want it, that we might give to them, that has a lot of dope features on it. You know what I mean? From Vinny Paz to G Mosky, more than half of the Magic Entertainment rosters on that EP or LP. I got Locked Up Abroad coming soon. You know what I mean? That's done. I'm just waiting, I think, on Jelly Roll, and that one's done. I got an EP coming out soon.
Those are both coming out on Force 5, right?
An EP with Jason Porter. I've been flying out to Arizona and having fun with that dude, recording some shit. We did a music video that got shut down by the SWAT team.
Oh, shit.
That's coming out. Yeah, that shit's crazy. There's so much stuff, man, and I'm still recording more.
The Locked Up Abroad and the Danny Diablo, those are both coming out, being released by Force 5, or like you said, possibly pending another major release, but...
Locked Up Abroad is definitely Force 5 Records is pressing that one. I wish I could press a lot of these, man. It's just that I just got to be selective on which ones I want to do. You know what I mean? So the singles I just do them digitally, but Force 5, I think we're gonna do a bunch of T-shirts, surrounding that one, and some bundles and stuff like that. Devils and Demons, like I said, that's Force 5, but maybe a bigger label, and which I'm kind of like going back and forth, because if it's with a bigger label, they need a bigger set of time to push it with publicists and stuff like that. And like, that's cool because it'll be bigger, but like I said, I hate waiting for my own shit to come out. So I don't really care about like the hype and the publicity and stuff like that.
More time.
Yeah, man. Like, I was like, dude, I'll just put this one out. I'll give you another one to give to them. You know,
and another cut on top of that.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's the big one for me.
That's always bad. Yeah.
I was like, you mean me, you, Danny, them? Fuck, like, I'm never gonna see no money off of this shit.
How much do I owe you to put this record out?
Yeah, pretty much, man. But like, it's never really been about money for me. You know what I mean? I would almost just rather just to have shit out there that I'm proud of. You know what I mean? I'll spend my money hella quick. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So I buy dumb shit. I have more hats than I could fucking do anything with. You know what I mean? So I ran out of shit to buy. But yeah, man. Like, I'm just hoping everybody's enjoying all the stuff that I'm putting out, because there's a lot more coming.
Yeah. No, that's it. Yeah, I mean, I have a list here of, like, obviously you name some stuff. Force 5 is going to put out a album mixtape with everybody on it.
Your voice went away again.
I went away again? Why does it keep happening?
Hello?
Yep, I'm still here. So this is all your fault when you can't hear me. Just blaming it on you.
Really?
I don't know.
It probably is.
I think it's just the thing that we're using, because I keep having to go in and out of it to look at notes.
Oh, word. Oh, okay. That's probably what happened.
Yeah. But yeah, you had I guess you had another single earlier this year before Medication that was getting a lot of buzz as well. With the Throw It All Away.
Yeah, Clayton Van Pelt, he produced that one. That's going to be on Locked Up Abroad. And yeah, we ended up getting radio play with that song on some hip hop stations and a couple of alternative stations in Northern California. And which is crazy is that I wasn't expecting that when we did it, but we both liked it and had a cool vibe, and it was different. And a friend of mine reached out and said that he liked the song and he could get it played through some friends and some connections. So I gave it to him with a radio mix. That's why we started doing radio mixes. If you notice that some of them have radio edits out there, it's because of that song. I was getting a bunch of radio play, and I was approached by this lady from Capitol Records who was an A&R, and she's like, "Hey, I heard some of your stuff at home." She lives in LA, but she was from up here, and she was out here visiting and heard my stuff at a station or something. And she's like, "Do you have any more songs like this?" And I was like, "Well, I could make more songs like that." She's like, "Yeah, if you're interested in, we're thinking about maybe possibly talking to you about a development deal." And I had to be like, "Oh shit," but I had to be honest with her, like, Well, I've been rapping about murder and rape for like the last 20 years, so I don't know what you're thinking you're gonna do,
Yeah, how are you
but it's
going to
probably not
develop?
gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it sounds good and all, but I'm not no fucking everlast fucking Sugar Ray type of dude. You know what I mean? Like I've probably killed 100 bitches on the last album. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So if you put me on the radio, I'm gonna be canceled real fast. You know what I mean? The Me Too movement is on my shit.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't like that. They need that. They want that Mario acoustic record, bro. Come on.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah. So needless to say, she didn't really call me back after that. You know what I mean? Which is fine. Empire is such a huge label, anyways, and I got a lot of support from them. And a lot of people don't realize that there's people like Iggy Azalea and Snoop Dogg and Fat Joe and all these big names signed with Empire. And I was one of the first artists that they signed when they were first getting going. And the owner of Ghazi, he's like a big power player in the industry. But when I first linked up with Apartment 3 and ADR and DNA and all of them, they bring me to Ghazi's studio. And that was the first real studio that I recorded in. And he was just a sound engineer back then. And a lot of the big San Francisco rappers recorded at his studio. And I used to watch what he did with the vocals and kind of learn by just watching, you know what I mean? And then fast forward a couple years later, I get approached by Dutch, who was in the group Crazy White Boys with Haystack and all of them. And he's like, yo, me and Ghazi were talking about you, and we look at your YouTube plays, and your numbers are out of this world. Like, you don't have any digital distribution. I'm like, nah, I don't really give a fuck about that shit. And he's like, well, we're just going to put you on Empire then, and we'll cut you a check. And I was like, cool, whatever, And then Empire blew the fuck up. So I had this deal for years before I used it, you know what I mean? So now I'm really utilizing what I have. So it's crazy, you know what I mean? And I like being with them. It's easy to work with. They show me support on their social media stuff. And there's a type of label that I can call and get answers or get help or help me with little things. And I don't have to email and just wait for weeks for them to respond, you know what I mean? It's cool to have that relationship with such a big industry giant like that.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Especially nowadays the distribution is well, it always has been. That's the biggest issue for any artist, to get
It's changed
to get
though,
it out
what I mean? It's like, anybody could get it with like CD Baby and whatever, the distro kid and all that shit,
Yeah.
but they got to pay for it. And, when Force 5 was using something like that for the song I got was Twisted and Tech 9, they wouldn't let us put it out because Tech 9 was on it. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, well, Tech 9 has to tweet us. I was like, what the fuck are you talking? You're going to do that?
Tweet us?
Tweet you for what? Like, we'll just let us know that it's okay for him to put it out. I was like, he says my fucking name in the song.
Right?
You know what I mean? It's okay. Trust me. And I was like, all right. And I gave it to Empire, and they put it up like the next day.
Yeah, like why?
You know what I mean? I don't have to worry about weird shit like that. They know that I fuck with tech. You know what I mean?
Even if you didn't,
So,
you got them. You know what I mean? People buy verses. They don't have to have the artist tweet the distributor.
yeah, right.
That's retarded.
Hey, Elton John, man, Eminem got the song with you and shit. He needs you to tweet out fucking CD Baby.
Hey, CD Baby, it's me.
Yeah, it's all good. And then a million people hashtag or what do you call it, retweet your business up.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah,
I don't like that shit. But yeah, man, it's super cool to have a relationship with such big labels that you can just do whatever with. You know what I mean? And they, like, I seen Mozzie signed to Empire. He just, like, a couple weeks ago, put out a screenshot of his check that he got from Empire, and it was over like $500,000. It's fucking nuts.
That must be nice. I'm gonna have to start making music.
Shit, you should just become a doctor. That's what I should do.
Yeah, but that takes a lot longer.
Well, I'm sure I could have been a doctor twice by now.
Yeah, no, it's probably true. For
fucking crazy.
Yeah, what is 2009? You started what, 1997, 98? We were baby, we were children.
Yeah, shit. Before my daughter was born, I was my daughter's 21 now, or she's about to be 21. So SIDS was right around that time. She was being born, which is weird, but that's kind of a bad omen, I guess. But yeah, That was probably about 20 years ago.
So
Man. Crazy.
your music career is about old enough to drink now. That's insane.
That's fucking weird.
Right?
But there's not a lot of people that have been along to see the growth of just music. When I was just telling somebody not too long ago that I should have been more active in putting out physical releases when I was making a lot of money off of CDs, because now that's kind of not there no more. We still sell physical copies, but there's not a need for them when you have all the streaming services on your phone. You know what I mean? So it's like back when I put out Mars Attacks, the second version of Mars Attacks, my check was so big that I thought I'd made it. You know what I mean? I ended up spending that shit in like 3 months. It was like something like $27,000. I thought, I was like, oh shit, I never have to get a job ever again. But I never recorded another album for like 3 years after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I should have took advantage of it back then.
You learned the lesson way too late. But that's all right. Now you get like a half a cent for every play or something like that.
Exactly. So now
it still adds up, just not as quickly.
now you know why I'm putting out a single or two a month.
Hell yeah!
So I get 2 cents.
It's to make up for all those, to make up for the lack of physicals in the past. You're making it up to yourself and to your fans that have stuck around for their.
Surprisingly, it's not that bad, man. You know what I mean? Like, I get paid more off of Spotify streams than I do on Apple Music downloads, which is weird. So that's gonna go away too. I think.
That's where I play all
iTunes downloads are going to be a thing of the past here real soon.
Yeah. No, I mean, iTunes is just turning into Apple Music at this point.
But I can't hear you again.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, no, I say that's basically, that's where I listen to all my music, and iTunes is turning into Apple Music anyway. It's all going away.
Yeah,
man. It's all just going to be, everyone's just going to get paid off of free downloads. Free streaming.
Pretty much. Yeah, and you're supposed to get more based off of your downloads than you do on your streams. But like I said, I get paid more for the amount of streams that I get is bigger than my downloads. So it's like, which is cool, I guess, it's going that way. But that also means that I'm not going to get what little money I get from downloads once it goes away. So either way, we're getting fucked all the way around. But I think they're about to change that somehow or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something's going to change. But
you can't download my T-shirts, though.
You cannot. I would say merch. That's the only way we make money over here is that one T-shirt we sell every couple months. That gets us by over here. But yeah, that's...
Yeah, I need to make more ICP bootleg T-shirts so I can sell out in a couple hours again. Go buy myself a... pack of cigarettes.
Well, yeah, you started with the Carnival of Carnage. You get, there's there's going to be 17 total. That means you got like 16 more shirts to go, right?
Well, I got so much shit for that, but I sold so many at the same time, which is like it was almost worth the shit I got from it. A lot of people don't know that. Like ICP, they helped my career early on. They gave me a big boost. It was one of my favorite albums they put out, So the little weird shit that we got going on between me and the other dude, you know what I mean? It wasn't like really, it kind of was a poke at him, but it was mostly because I knew people would like how cool it looked.
Oh, for sure. Shout out to Justin Parker, because we have a Riddle Box version of the Replicon. We haven't, we gave it to our Patreons, but we have it because that shit's dope.
Dude. Right when I seen it, I was like, bro, I have an idea. Because he has my same hair anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Throw a fucking Hannibal mask on that bitch.
Yeah,
and right away, man, he sent it to me, and I was just like in love with it. I wanted one. That's really how it all started. I was like, I need a shirt of that. So and then I showed Donnie and Rick, and they're like, oh, no, yeah, we're just going to press a shitload of those. We ended up doing limited runs of 2 colors, man. I want to do more shit like that. Not like more ICP stuff, but like just more limited runs. I feel like people are excited about it when they're like the only ones to have it, kind of,
Absolutely. No, I agree. That's the only way. That's literally the only way we sell stuff. Is we're like, oh, look at this dope ass idea. You can only get it for like a week. And they're like, oh god, I'm actually gonna buy that one.
My mom hit me up like a month ago. She's like, "Can you send me one of those?" I was like, "Mom, I advertised that it was a day only. Like, you should see it before anybody." She's like, "Oh, well, I'm your mom, though." And I was like, it's okay. You still don't get one.
Just go down to the local T-shirt shop and cut the image and have them.
Yeah, mate, you're a crafty lady. Just
iron on.
Yeah,
right? Just get you an iron on. That's what's up. So yeah, we got the new single out right now, Medication. Everybody go check it out. Obviously, we got a bunch more coming from Kung Fu, or not from Mars, but that's what I was going to say. You were just, you're featured on the brand new Kung Fu Vampire that just came out. They dropped the same day as Medication on the Come Dawn. Obviously, that's blowing up too.
Yeah, he had actually hit me up a couple months ago to give him a verse for it. I didn't know how many people were going to be on the song. Actually, I didn't know Joker was going to be on there. I probably would have stepped my game up a little bit. But, yeah, I just got the whole album when it came out, man. I've been bumping the shit out of that, man. I think it's a real cool time for the horrorcore scene. It's a lot of cool shit's coming out. Twisted Insane dropping 2 albums, you know what I mean? Kung Fu Vampire, I'm putting out a lot of shit. You know, Donnie Menace was just added to LSP.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's fucking dope. Donnie's my boy, man. You know, Donnie's actually been behind the scenes mixing my Locked Up Abroad album for me. He's killing shit. You know I mean, super cool dude. So I'm pretty happy to see him hit that next level. You know what I mean? There's a lot of cool shit in horrorcore happening. And we're getting a lot of attention. You know what I mean? And we're getting
and it's not bad. I would say it's not bad like it used to be. You used to be on the news for a whole different reason back in the day.
Yeah, hopefully that don't happen again. Or hopefully, I don't know. I can't say that I like people knowing about what we're doing. But like you said, unfortunately, it takes something like that to get the big attention.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, you know, I've always been one of the people that took that bad attention and tried to turn it into good attention for it. You know what I mean? Because we're not played on the radio like that a lot. We're not played on TV a lot. So when somebody's talking shit about it, it's a good way to flip it and give exposure to it. So, you know, but now, like, you know, Kung Fu's out there getting mainstream press and the media. When X-Rated came out, he was on the news and he's making big waves for what he does. And Brother Lynch is still putting out Season of the Sickness 2. It's like, I think a lot of the young crowd is also inspiring the older crowd to keep putting shit out dark. You know what I mean? I like it. It's a good time still.
Absolutely. Yeah, there was a time there when it felt like it was all going away, and then it's like, you know, the resurgence, like with, you know, Ala Zulu and all them guys coming out.
Yeah, mute again, just in case you don't know.
Jesus, why would I know that? It's cool. I was just talking to myself. It's all good.
Okay.
But no, like there was definitely like a time there where it felt like it was going away, and then, you know, people like Ala Zulu came out, and, you know, other artists started coming back into the scene, and things just started getting a little better. And, you know, now obviously, like all the stuff you just said, and X-Rated getting out and coming back, and now people are starting talking about the old stuff, and even like Flatliners and stuff like that came back after like not even existing for 20 years, and then like Razakel started her label, and she's bringing up all these new up and comers like Donald Rias and Diabolic.
Me and Raz got some shit coming out on Shrunken Head Entertainment pretty soon.
Hell yeah.
You know, we did a collab single, you know what I mean? She's putting out soon. But yeah, you know, I think too, we were
Replicon Radio as well out here.
Killing shit.
Spreading the word.
I really appreciate you guys having me on, man. Like, you guys have always done the shit. You know, I think too, the dead spot in the scene is that this scene is kind of one of those ones where we talk about shit that younger people gravitate to because it's so outlandish, you know what I mean? So eventually people get old enough and they move on to some more mature-ish, like, you know, somebody would go from ICP to Vinnie Paz and Slain or something like that, or you know what I mean? And I think it was just one of those ruts where we were waiting for our fan base to regenerate more children. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I recently took my son to a Twisted show And, he grew up listening to all that stuff, but he's never been to a concert before besides like one of mine or something. That don't count. So I hit up George and he put us on the list and we went. I took him and he watched Gmo ski he was on the stage, backstage watching. He was like, oh shit, this is kind of tight, right? And then when Twisted came on, I was like, you're not watching from back here. You're going to watch like everybody else from the crowd. You got to see the lights. You got to see all the stuff that they do on stage. Because he's been on stage with me. He was my hype man. So he kind of gets it. But I was like, you got to see this shit when you have all the lights and the smoke and, you know what I mean? Like, and he fell in love with it. And he's like, holy shit. Because, he gets really bad anxiety in crowds and stuff. So sometimes it's like, that's cool. Let's get the fuck out of here, though. But he was like, no, this is cool. Like, he stayed and watched the whole set. And then he was just like tripped out because we went backstage and he was playing like Monoxide come out and start messing with them and playing with them and stuff. And I was like, you're lucky for your first concert. It took me years to do this shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then they bring us on the bus and me and my son are just chilling with Twisted and Blaze and Gmo and my son's like, holy shit, this is what you do? And I was like, well, yeah, why the fuck do you think I risk it all? You know what I mean? Like this is what it is. And I think more kids, when they see an amazing show like Twisted's or an amazing show like Kung Fu Vampires or Insane Clown Posse, like they immerse themselves in that experience. And I think more people need to take their kids to concerts and show them, you know what I mean? Show them what it's all about. And I think that's kind of what we were waiting for, is that we're waiting for a younger crowd to kind of get into the experience again.
They had to be a little. We weren't going to take them when they were too young. They had to be a little bit older.
Yeah, my son is acted like the way he is like his whole life. You know what I mean? And he's grew up like with Tech Nine around, and Brother Lynch coming to the house and
shoot music videos with Gorilla Voltage.
Yeah, like he killed that shit too. But he grew up around Kung Fu Vampire, and our families went to the beach together. So like to him, it's like, oh, that's just Kung Fu Vampire, But he's never seen a Kung Fu Vampire show.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He just gets to build sandcastles with them. So like I think with him, he's always been so mature where he kick it like a man. But it's cool to see him go experience shit like that as a kid. You know what I mean? It's cool. It reminds me of when I was his age going to shit like that and just being like, where it changed my life, where I wanted to be around people who enjoyed the same kind of shit. You know what I mean? And I think also with the split that happened a couple of years ago, it made it so a lot of people couldn't kick it with each other like they would back in the day over a common cause. You know what I mean? And it's like now people, I feel, and I don't know if I'm out of line for saying it, I think a lot of people, instead of kicking it with each other for the love of it, a lot of people click for their hate on the other side, and I think it's kind of shitty.
Yeah. Well, I think there's both happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, a lot of people definitely the hate for the other brought a lot of people together.
I think it sucks.
Yeah.
I liked going to a show and seeing people from both sides before the split happened, and we're like, oh, what's up? And it's not even really watching the show, but just kicking it with the people that I've seen the shows.
See, that's what I felt. I felt like that at the gathering. I felt like that at like this year's gathering of the Juggalos. Felt like an old gathering. Obviously, the big acts of Twisted and all that were missing still, but the vibe and the love from the people, not the performers, but the people, it felt together again. Like it was a good time, and everyone. It felt like it wasn't about what they're doing. It's about us. It's about us now. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people have that mentality that it's about us now. We're the ones in control, not you guys. So if you guys don't like each other, deal with it. We're still going to kick it down here. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the people are starting to get that vibe.
I mean, I feel like all that shit is starting to die off again.
For sure.
And I think it's going to just take the fans and not the artists to kind of work all that shit out. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I always tell people, like, when they ask me, like, what do you think of the split between the two entities? And I'm saying, Like, I'm a fucking Guns N' Roses fan. You know how long it took for me to get a fucking axe and slash together and go see a concert? It took me fucking like 100 years. You know what I mean? But it happened.
It did.
You know what I mean? I never went to a concert. I'm like, fuck you, Slash fan, you bitch. It's Axl all the way.
Yeah. Well, this is or like
it's just weird.
Never happened. Yeah. It's a different
exactly.
Different community here though. But yeah, it'll.
Can you imagine like David Lee Roth is fucking way better than fucking Sammy Hagar.
No
Fuck you guys.
We're fighting, fam. We're fighting.
Right now, shit's all over Jump. Get the fuck out of here.
You're one of those Hagars. Get out of here, fam.
Fucking Hagar fam. Bunch of bitches.
Hagar fam. Oh my
fucking
God.
David. We're Rothers. Die. It's crazy, man. Like, I'm still such a big fan of all this stuff that, you know what I mean? Like, I can't say that I'm not guilty of enjoying the dramas a little bit, because it's like, it's silly as hell, but it's still entertaining. It's like, you know, a lot of us are still wrestling fans, you know what I mean? So just to see, like, you know, when the disc stuff was happening back and forth, I was like, whoa, shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like somebody just turned heel, you know what I mean? Like, it was, but I never realized how much it was going to impact the crowd, you know what I mean? Like, where people didn't want to go to one show and went to the other. And I think even the artists see the split affecting their crowds, you know
Absolutely.
what I mean? And I think for business wise, they should, you know, do whatever makes them happy, but business wise, let's try to bring that fucking money back on both sides, you know what I mean?
I agree.
I'm trying to kick it with everybody.
Yeah.
Both sides. The Hagar fam and the fucking Rothers.
The Rothers. The Rothalos and the Hagar ham.
Yeah, exactly.
That's ridiculous. Jesus Christ. Anyway, Mars just released a brand new single called Medication. And if this split is affecting you, then you may need to go get your medication and check out that new single.
If you don't like either side, it's like my shit.
There you go. That's why we have Shrunken Head and Force 5 and Mad Insanity and the resurgence of Sub Noise, and there's all kinds of different stuff going on in the underground right now. So
Sub Noise doing it again, man. I just went to SRH Fest and it was beautiful.
I saw Pac's mom come out and talk. I saw that. That's pretty dope.
That was probably, you know, I was kicking it with Taxman, and there's a lady standing around. I was like, who is this? Is that your mom, Tax? He's like, no, that's Pakalika's mom. And I was like, really? And I had such an amazing conversation with her, man. She's such awesome. A nice lady.
Yeah,
you know,
cool.
She gets to see years later how much of an impact her son had on an entire subculture, which is cool as fuck.
For sure. Yeah, it's cool, man. I hope whatever Zinger's plan is and whatever the band, you know, I hope it all works out good, man. Because they definitely had some issues over the years. But yeah,
man, it must be so hard being a businessman dealing with a bunch of musicians. You know what I mean? I always tell Donnie all the time. I was like, you got Danny Diablo and Saint Dog and me. Like, how are you not fucking nuts right now? You know what I mean? We're all just fucking crazy. Like, how do you deal with us? And he's like, well, that's what I signed up for you fucking guys. So, you know,
but he's
doing a very good job of it, man.
Oh, yeah. And he's out there doing, you know, obviously he's a musician too. He's out there doing his punk band and his rap band, and he's everywhere anyway. So he doesn't have time to get upset with you guys.
Oh, he's doing an amazing job of not yelling at us all the time.
Hell yeah.
He wants to, though. I know that.
Tax. Yeah, bam. The Sub Noise thing just got me all nostalgic in my head. I'm like, oh, Munchie. I haven't seen that dude in like fucking 15 years, probably. Like, God.
You know, I'm dating a girl. She's 23, and she grew up when, you know, the DGAF era and loves Mad Child, and, you know, she bring her friends along, and one of her friends was like, hey, you know, he doesn't really know. He was like, yo, this dude says he knows Cottonmouth King's brother, so we might be able to get backstage. My girl looked at him like, what the, are you fucking serious? This is what he does. That's why we're here. We're with him. And he's like, what, you make music? And I was like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, come on, man. Like, I introduced them to everybody, man. And they're just like super juiced. It was super cool, man. Like, just, I wish I was a big fan of something where I can be excited about it. I'm still a big fan of it all, but I'm super like, I've got to deal with the politics. So now I'm just like, all right, I love his music, but I got the fucking dick. You know what I mean? Like, they don't know any of that shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Not Subnoise people, but just in general.
In general,
when
you
meet artists, you never know what's going on in their life. Where I'm sure there's been times where I was just hungover and on tour, and somebody's like, "Hey!" and then like drunk talking in my face, and I was like, "Oh my god, get the fuck out of here!"
Absolutely, dude, but we're not even popular, and people have gotten me. I mean, like, I've just been a dick to people because I'm not on purpose. Just like, no, I'm doing this right now or whatever. It just happens.
Man. A lot of people. I'm so normal about shit that if you're a weirdo, I'm just gonna be like, you're a fucking weirdo. You know what I mean?
But that's one of the big things that I like to do here. Is that's the reason. One of the reasons we do this show, and I don't like doing like real short like press interviews in the backstage area for fucking 2 minutes to promote your record. Like, I want to talk to you. I want to have a conversation, and I want the people that are fans to hear that. And you know what I mean? Because now not only is it me and you talking, but all of your fans are getting to know you. And you know what I mean, like who you are. You can't learn that from a song, especially when a lot of the music is not necessarily you. You know what I mean? That's not you. You're not out there doing a lot of the things you rap about. That's, you know what I mean? Like it's in your head. I mean, it may be things you want to do, but you're not actually that guy a lot of the times. You're, you know what I mean, the normal guy who writes creative lyrics. I have to
explain that a lot to people.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, lady, I'm not out there really raping chicks. I mean, I want to, but I'm not really doing it. It's just my music.
I don't know if you should add that I want to on that one, but that could be bad.
I'm just kidding.
I thought about it one time, and then I was like, nah, it's probably bad.
But then you woke up, and I was like, never mind.
It was all a dream. It's just like bad TV shows. It was all a dream. Another thing I wanted to kind of ask you about before we get...
my music, man.
Oh, I bet. Before I forget, you released a single earlier this year, and everyone just thought you died. How did?
Yeah, you know what?
How did that? How was that? How was it like to be dead with the In Memory single?
I knew when we did the cover, I was like, we should just put the cover out first for a day, and then drop the single. That'd be hilarious.
Right.
And then I didn't realize, my mom called me to make sure I was okay, which is when I knew I made a good decision off of it. But I got calls from people that I didn't even know liked me. You know what I mean? Just make sure I was not dead. Or maybe they were just finding out if they were going to celebrate or not. But my girl was getting calls from her grandma. And I was like, nice. This was supposed to just be for the internet. But like, my grandma called me. She's like, you're dead? You good? All right, just making sure.
You dead? You good? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. At least people were reaching out. They were concerned.
Yeah. You know, I should have saved that cover for a different song because I got a lot of shit for that song because I used auto-tune on it, and I was like, I've been using auto-tune for fucking years. You know what I mean? But because that one got so much attention, people thought I just started making weird trap music or some shit. You know what I mean? And I was going to be all auto-tune and singing about whatever the hell I was singing about. People just thought like, every time I put something new out, like I said earlier, that I try to change up the mood or the sound based off of whatever beat that I got, and I just talk about whatever it is.
And then people just think that's what you're going to be from now on.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And like, I got like, okay, I wasn't going to tell anybody, but I'm going to tell you guys, but the song with Jelly Roll, I have a country singer doing the hook on it, and it was supposed to have be Jelly Roll, Boondocks, and Moonshine Bandits because they're all my friends, and it's never happened before where they're all on a song. And I was like, well, fuck, I might as well just play to their crowd and make that happen for their fan bases, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And I ended up just getting Jelly Roll because I haven't talked to Boondocks since. And Moonshine Bandits are busy doing their promo for their new stuff. So it was just me and Jelly Roll. But I kept the hook. It's so fucking dope. You know what I mean? But if I put that out as a single and people thought that's what I did, you know what I mean?
They're just going to think you're turning up. Mars One Country. Hell yeah.
And Mars went country, started working out wearing tank tops and
you can call the lady from Capitol Records back and be like, look, here it is. Here's my country song.
There you go. That's actually me on the hook right there. You know?
But, whole project like that.
It's super crazy, man. It's that people live in the now when it comes to artists. You know what I mean? Like if I put out, you know, I make a lot of songs about suicide. I make a lot of songs about drugs or murder or whatever. And it's never about the content. People are like, oh, he's going to kill himself. Fuck. You know what I mean? Nobody was like, oh, great. That's a great song. But if one little thing changes from what they're used to, they automatically think like, oh, he's doing R&B now. Probably got his nipples pierced. I don't know.
They probably thought that already.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, maybe. I just have really weird shaped nipples if you ever see through my shirt. But that's why I continue to drop in new singles all the time, just to show the different styles that I'm comfortable with doing, or you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Just to kind of show what I can do, man.
Might as well. I listen to everything, so you know what I mean? And I'm sure everybody does for the most part.
But besides Medication, what do you think was my other good one this year, at least?
How you gonna put me on the spot like that? Like I know the names of your songs.
Well, you're the radio guy. You should know.
I know. I've been digging all the singles you've been putting out. I don't know the Hangover, however you pronounce it.
The Hangover, yeah.
I mean, obviously I dug the.
Nobody.
I don't know.
Say that again. Oh.
I'm trying to look.
Hangover. We didn't get a chance to push Hangover how we wanted it. Swizz was my roommate at one point, and we recorded that the week we moved out from the house, where he went and bought a house, and we moved down here. So like we recorded it drunk, and it took us like a night or two, and we put it out, but we were never together since. You know what I mean? I haven't really seen Swizz in a long time. I talk to him every day, but it didn't really get the love and care that it needed. But there's some dope songs on that one, man. Eventually, we'll probably do another thing together.
Hell yeah, yeah, that's cool. I dig it, man, and I dig. It's kind of becoming a thing.
But I'm
now.
on mute again.
Oh, mother, gosh dang it! Jesus Christ! you get my back now?
Were you talking again a long time?
I was not a long time, but just for a little bit. No, I'm basically just saying I dig the like you said, you guys will probably do another one together. I dig that that's kind of becoming a thing now for artists. That's like it seems like almost a. I mean, obviously it's going on forever, collabs, but like collab projects is becoming like a big thing. Like Kung Fu and Buckshot are doing their Double Dragon thing, and he said he's going to do like 5 more EPs like that, just him and another artist doing EPs. Like
me and him been talking about it for a long time too.
Yeah, I dig it. That's dope because you're getting, like it's just like a collabo track, except you just vibe on each other for a project instead of just one simple song. Because it's just like the same thing I said about interviewing people. You get the 5 minutes in the backstage press, you're not getting a lot out of it. But we sit here and talk on the phone and get to know each other for an hour. It's a whole other world, which I feel like is the same thing with stuff like that. Like a collab's dope. But then if you guys vibe that well, now you got a whole project coming out. It's good for everybody's fans. So I dig it. I dig that people are doing that.
That's kind of what happened with me and Jason Porter. We were on the Road to Redemption tour when I was starting to get back into making music again. You know what I mean? Which is weird, is because that tour was like the Road to Addiction tour for me, because I was out there just partying my ass off. So I wasn't really into the music that much, but I was like, tour? Fuck yeah, let's fuck, woo! You know what I mean? And we were just partying. For sure. And me and him had so much fucking fun on that tour, and we became friends that, like a year later, he started flying me out to Phoenix to just sit and smoke weed and record like in marathon sessions together, you know what I mean? And we would stay up until one of us couldn't stay up any longer. Like, matter of fact, if you ever see pictures of me when I had the cane after I got stabbed, Like 3 days later, after I got out of the hospital, I flew to Arizona when I wasn't supposed to fly or anything, and we just kept it moving. You know what I mean? Like, so once you get to know somebody and you have a studio right there, like I work really fast anyway, so we banged out like 14 songs in one day. We're only keeping like 5 or something like that. But I went after like 3 times. So it's super cool that we're sitting on so much material and we just did it because we could. There was no like plan or business plan, and we did it because it was fun. I mean, Swizz made music because it was fun. You know what I mean? And I think like me and Raz, you know, we have a single drop, and I mentioned earlier that I had an idea of like, yo, I really want to write a song for me and you to be on. Like, I want to write your shit too, you know? And she's like, fuck it, go for it. Here's a beat. And we did it, and it came out super dope, and we did it because it was fun, and we know now we're like, let's put this fucker out because people are going to like it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's a great time to be in.
Hell yeah. And now you have this amazing relationship with Empire, and you could just get them out there and get them going, and that's dope. So that's good for everybody. It's good for the fans. It's good for the artists.
I'm trying to get Force 5 a deal with Empire right now, man. Just so they have that luxury too. You know, it's just really hard to get on as an artist or a label these days because, like, I'm lucky to have it. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was one of the first people to have it, but I think it's hard to get somebody else on. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that I have this and not like a CD baby thing I have to do where I have a chance to be denied or whatever. Or I can't paint myself as a black guy and use it as a cover. And like, what's his name?
Tom
Uncle
McDonald.
Tom or whatever his name is.
Tom
yeah.
McDonald, he called him Uncle Tom. I don't think that's right.
Well, for that album it was.
Yeah, I guess for that record it probably was fitting. That's terrible.
Yeah, I got the weirdo. But yeah, man, I really appreciate you guys having me on here, bro. Like, I've always been a huge Replicon supporter, and anything you guys ever need from me, bro, it's 100. Well,
I appreciate it, man. It's the same deal, man. And I appreciate your support. You're all, like I said, if I have a question about something, I know I can ask Mars and Stir Crazy. I know are the people that I can ask a question to. So shout out to, he's not on this interview, but shout out to Stir Crazy too.
Stir Crazy's my dude.
Yeah.
I had fun with that guy at the gathering, man. He's definitely a real cool dude.
Yeah. But yeah, so the new single, Medication, is out now. Go enjoy it. And obviously we have a ton of new stuff along the way. A new single featuring Razakel, a Country Mars with Jelly Roll, something that was produced by Bad Mind, all kinds of albums, collabos, like tons of stuff along the way. Is there anything particular like you're super hype about people hearing or getting out there?
Well, Locked Up Abroad, man, like, I'm super excited for people to hear it because it's a lot of the guy who produced, his name is Clayton Van Pelt, CPV. He let me pick through all of his beats, and they're not beats that I normally would have picked, but I got to just hear them and like, okay, here's that's why, you know, the country thing happened, because it was just in his beats, and I was like, I bet you I could probably fuck this shit up. So I was like, I'm taking this one. And I did a lot of acoustic singing on stuff. I did some stuff where I always try to keep it evil sounding, but they're two different beats to where it's not what people are used to hearing. You know what I mean? So it's I'm super hyped to hear what people say about some of the newer angles on his beats that I took. But this EP that I got, I think it's going to be called Small Sacrifices, and it was produced by Bane. And the same thing, he let me pick through his pool of beats, and I got to pick. You know, no, he didn't really make me anything in particular. I wanted it to just see what he had. So I would record a couple songs and be like, all right, did these ones. So I went back into the pool and picked things that I didn't pick the first time. And I forced myself to rap on stuff that wasn't traditional me stuff. And they all came out really dope because of it. So I'm really excited to hear what people think about my take on these producers' beats that they came up with. You know what I mean? And I'm super excited about both of these. And Danny Diablo record is such a different album for me too, is because like Force 5 put it all together. You know, Danny came with the idea and all these beats, and he's like, "Yo, you know, we're gonna put Slain and Vinny Paz on some stuff." And I was like, "Fuck, those guys are like real rappers." You know what I mean? Like they could lyrical, miracle shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't really rap like that.
In my head, I feel like this album's gonna like
from the hardcore scene, so he's like screaming and yelling, and that's what he does.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like it's gonna be more of a rock influence record, at least in my head. Obviously, I've never heard it, but that's what I envision.
Yeah, there's some more rock shit on there too, but there's some very, very hip hop style shit on there. Like the song with Slain is fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Like I surprised myself on how I could adapt to different styles of hip hop on all these records. You know what I mean? It's a lot of these were out of my comfort zone that I got to grow with it. So I'm excited for people to hear me trying to keep up with Vinny Paz and Slain and G-Moski and Scribble, which are all phenomenal rappers, you know what I mean? And then Danny adding his element to it just makes it so unique, you know what I mean? So I'm excited for people to hear all three of these albums that are coming out.
Hell yeah. All kinds of freshness on the horizon, man. I can't wait to see, obviously, and even more that we're not talking about all stacked up. So if you guys aren't already, make sure you're out there and you're keeping tabs on Mars. Where can they find you? Where's the best way to stay in direct contact to what you have going on?
I tend to use Twitter and Instagram more than anything because my algorithms are better than what like Facebook and shit like that, and people can actually see what I post and interact. But definitely go follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Both screen names are just at Mars, MARS. No underscores, no numbers, just Mars.
And either way, it's pure entertainment, especially when you mess with the people who think they're tweeting the chocolate company. Just that alone is worth the follow.
Man, I thought it was so cool that I have at Mars, but there's a teenage pop icons and shit, like TikTok users and shit like that. And this girl who had cancer and is dating this other famous kid, her name is at Mars. So I get all of her name's Brad Mars or something like that. And they've been trying to buy my screen name from me for like thousands and thousands of dollars. But all of her tweets go to me most of the time. And in Japan, apparently Mars means some shit. I don't know what the fuck it says on there, but I get Japan shit all the time. And then like I get Indian ladies tagging their friends who are somehow named Mars too. So like in between all the horrorcore juggalo messages and tweets and mentions, I get just weird foreign shit and preteen pop questions.
That's
and
awesome.
Those are fun. Those are fun to really respond to because they're like, Mars, I just want to meet you so bad. I would be like, don't bring your parents. You come alone. Come alone.
Oh God.
And then they'll go click on my name and realize they messaged the wrong person.
Yeah, they're like, oh God. You're gonna have the authorities at your house again. Like, why are you messaging these children?
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that, but it'll be a funny story in person. Or I'll get an Indian lady trying to message somebody that they know at Mars, and then I'll just respond with, I love you. And then it'll just be like, what? What? I just got done yelling at you, or whatever she's doing. It's great.
Oh, that's incredible.
It's great, and it's annoying, because at 12 o'clock in India, it's fucking 4 in the morning, and my phone's just blowing up.
Oh, man. Yeah, I can only imagine. That's ridiculous.
But definitely follow me at Instagram, or on Instagram at Mars on Twitter, and go like and comment some shit. Let me know you're listening and watching, and I may send you a picture of my wiener.
There you go. Download the record, stream it on Spotify. Make sure you search Mars and then type in medication and make it a whole lot easier to find. And then follow
Or
him.
just click the link in my bio. Yeah.
Click the link in his bio. Follow him, and that way, anytime you search for it, it'll be right there for you to find. So, Hell yeah, man! The new single, Medication, go stream it right now, and a whole bunch more to come. I appreciate you hanging out with me again, man, and hopefully next time it won't be 2 years later.
Hell yeah, let's do it again soon. This is your boy Mars. You're listening to Replicon Radio. We out this bitch.
Peace.